Good afternoon, Counsel.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Who do you have today, sir?
I have Virgiline Graham, but the clerk said she would call me when you get to the females.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, sir. Yeah, DDC goes to the females, or the females last. I could ask them when we get on there. You have what time is your federal? 3 o'clock?
I'm trying to get it moved up to 3 p.m. now, so that way I could do that and then
Okay.
do this arraignment.
Do you know how long you might be in federal court? You have no idea, probably.
Probably 10 minutes at most. It's just
then I
reschedule a date.
Okay, well, I don't even know if you have to reschedule. We have a stack of males, 2, 3, 4, at least well over 10. I wouldn't anticipate getting to the females for well over an hour. And then we have a good amount of females. I could hold yours till you came back, so I couldn't anticipate calling your case anytime before 3, 4, at least an hour.
Okay.
If that gives you enough time.
That's perfect, Judge.
Possibly even longer. It could be an hour and a half. But as soon as when you finish up, you can just zoom back in and let me know, and I can let you know where we sit at that point if that's what you'd like to do.
That's perfect, Judge. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay. You're welcome, Counsel. And you gave Madam Clerk your phone number just in case?
Yes.
Okay, Counsel. Take care of your business, sir, and then just check back with us whenever you finish up. Like I said, I don't anticipate getting to the female side anytime before 3:45. But even if we do, we still have a number of females, so I'll hold it until you get here. And that was on Miss Graham, correct?
Correct, Judge. And I filed my appearance via e-file, but you know how sometimes...
I don't know if you got it. Can I get your P number, please?
Yes, 76343.
Thank you, Counsel. We'll see you in a moment. Good luck, federal court.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, yep.
Your Honor, number 11 is retained.
Retained. Thank you. I don't mean to run you, Counsel. I can go check myself if you're busy. But there's a difference if he had 5 more or only 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just checked it out. He only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 total, right?
So he's completed 6?
Correct.
Okay, maybe he could jump on camera too then so we could get started.
Absolutely,
Right, because I think our conversation was I thought he only had a couple more and I was just going to wait for him to finish the lot and we're going to get started. But if he has that many more to go, maybe he could jump on. Perfect. Thanks, Counsel. Appreciate you.
Can you give me these people? Lee George, I need their per day. I need some people that love that.
How was your dry sandwich, Claudia? Yes! Good find.
I found some mail.
Oh, I don't know what you want me to do in the future, but they locked me out of your little mailbox. I can't get into your office to put things in your mailbox.
Okay.
So I got like I put some things in there, but now it's locked. I got like one more thing.
Total of 8 interview drive.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Counsel.
I get on Friday.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
I don't want to take them out.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's their name? Lee George is one. Lee George is one.
Council, are you ready on the MDOs?
Ready on MDOC, Roger.
Thank you. Is that Mr. Faison? Are you available? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Hold on one moment, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Faison. Could you state your full name, please?
Michael Rayshawn Faison.
Thank you, Mr. Faison. You're at 36 District Court for a couple of reasons, sir. We'll get through them one at a time. First, we are going to handle case 2005645, People State of Michigan versus Mikel Rayshawn Faison, also known as Michael Renard Faison. Counsel.
Right, well, yes, Mr. Michael Faison, they agree to stay mute, so Faison has been utilizing his constitutional rights.
Thank you. The court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Faison, on this matter, the court scheduling a preliminary exam, which you have a right to on October the 28th. That's a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. If you're able to make bond, sir, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect to the court, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Faison. Not guilty, please enter, sir. Counsel has the bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Faison is a 21-year-old lifetime resident in the city of Detroit. Despite a court's issue of offense notice, it appears Mr. Faison does not have any assault convictions on his record. As of now, he is unemployed. Also, the court to be aware, Mr. Faison may be incarcerated in 2028. I do understand that there is a case in the file for Judge Giles on August 8th, where a $5,000 cash box was set. I just want to put on the record, Your Honor, that Mr. Faison maintains he's been incarcerated on an alleged parole violation since then. So I ask the court to keep that in consideration with respect to his willingness to attend the court. Whether it does appear that these are extremely serious offenses, but they do all appear assaulted, from what I can see on these two matters, Your Honor. They do appear to be assaulted. I would ask the court to consider setting a personal bond.
Counsel, you indicated he was in custody. Do you have any proof of that?
I don't have anything in my capability to verify that, Your Honor, but you can ask maybe the MDOC officer.
Is there an officer present, Mr. Faison?
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, Mr. Faison. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, officer.
He wants your officer.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for hopefully you can answer my question. Do you have any information that Mr. Faison was incarcerated in custody on August the 7th of 2020 and was just failed to be brought over to the exam? Is there any information that you have regarding that?
Not right here, right now. I'd have to check at our records and see what was going on. Would keep a logbook of certain activities in the institution, that if he was unable to be brought for some reason, it should be there. But I don't have that at my disposal right now, sir.
Is that Mr. Faison, were you in custody on August the 7th?
Yes. August 6th. August 6th was I paid my bond. And then when I paid my bond, they told me the MDOC was gonna come get me. MDOC came and got me on the 6th. And then I told them, like, why y'all coming to get me? And I got court tomorrow. Then they took me to MDOC.
So you were you're saying you were never released, Mr. Faison?
No, I just got transferred to another facility.
Is there any way, officer, that you could check that he was in custody on the 7th? Is that something that you have the ability to do?
It might be just a few minutes. If you can allow me a couple minutes, I can go double check.
I would appreciate that because it's the difference in setting cash bonds versus possible personal bonds. He's being held on alleged capious bonds where it's the allegations he's failed to appear, and if it was not on his own volition, if he was incarcerated, the court would like that information if that's something that you could help us assist us with.
All right.
Well, it don't matter if you give me a bond anyway, so
Sir,
I'm not
at
gonna
this
get
time,
out.
at this time, Mr. Faison.
I understand that.
I'm gonna advise
Do you have your ID
the
card?
officer check on the
On
court
you.
date, and you can address any other concern you have with the.
I'll be
Thank
right
you,
back,
officer. I appreciate that. I think did you hear what he was attempting? I believe he was saying that it doesn't matter because he's being held on other bonds and it's not. Is that what you're attempting to say, Mr. Faison? But it may matter. It may matter. So let us check into it because it may be a difference. I know you may be being held on other bonds, but you never know what's going to happen with those cases. And we want to make sure that you have appropriate bonds on our cases, okay? It could be the difference in personal bonds versus cash surety or 10% bonds.
Okay.
So you don't mind waiting for the officer to find out? That you have no problem with that, do you, Mr. Faison?
No.
Okay. I appreciate your patience, sir. Just hold tight. Here's this. We might try to squeeze in some DDC or something. Mark Larkin. Mr. Larkin?
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Who do you have, sir?
I have a Lamika Stevens.
Female?
Yep.
Okay, we handle the males first, Mr. Larkin, and then we're going to go to the female side. So it's probably going to be at least an hour before we get over there. You can hold tight, or if you want to give your number to the court, we can call you before. You already got. Madam Clerk says she has your number. So feel free to.
Yeah, I was just gonna watch. I was just gonna watch some of the hearings. That's all.
Feel free to watch away. I hope you enjoy. Welcome. So we're gonna try to call DBC real quick. I wonder why DBC's busy now. There we are. Good afternoon, DDC. We don't have any mail retained that you're aware of? Thank you. Thank you. Officers, if you could bring mails at your pleasure. We have no retained counsel. Thank you. Thank you.
The other one is minor, he's 17, number 1. So those are the last two on my list that I believe you've not interviewed yet. We don't have the numbers. Let's start with the list of 19.
Claudia, if that gentleman on the left was in custody and they just didn't bring him over on these capious, they're probably going to be changed to personal bonds. You just want me to wait to see what I change it to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, the date will be the 28th.
Same date. Thanks.
Yeah, the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, here we are. That was quick. Thank you, sir. Find anything out?
Our records show that he was basically processed through our guidance center. So in DOC custody on 8/6 of 2020.
So he was taken into your custody on 8/6, officers, your understanding?
Yes.
I appreciate that information, and thanks for going above and beyond, doing a little extra work for us. It makes a difference to the court. I appreciate it. I hope you have a nice afternoon. Be safe.
Absolutely. You too.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mr. Faison, I appreciate your patience. That's going to make a difference to the court, sir. So we're going to start over again. Your name, please.
Michael Rayshawn Faison.
Thank you, Ms. Faison. The first case we're handling is 200564885, People's State of Michigan versus Mikel Rajon Faison, also as Michael Renard Faison, counsel. Court waive formal reading, enter plea of not guilty. The schedule and exam on this matter, Mr. Faison, on October 28th, that's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That will be heard via Zoom, sir. Off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. This one will be a personal right here, Madam Clerk. Did you need more than just that? Okay. Not guilty, please enter it as the bond.
You said they had it one last one. So he was timing out. I want to know if he had timed out already or what.
He maintains he is no assault criminal history whatsoever. As I would ask for court. I would ask for personal bond.
Thank you, Mr. Faison. This is a very serious allegation or non-assault of the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information placed on the record by not only counsel, but the officer at the detention center. Mr. Faison is here before the court on alleged capias that occurred on or about August 7, 2020. Given the information provided by the officer that's at housing Mr. Faison, indicates he was taken into their custody August 6, 2020, and has not been released, as the court's understanding, since that date. Mr. Faison was previously, it appears, arraigned at the 36th District Court. Do not see information on this matter. Mr. Faison, the court considers the information provided by counsel of the current epidemic facing the nation, a serious allegation set before the court, and information placed on the record, as well as the nature of these charges and your prior criminal convictions. Thank you. And during this bond, sir, you are not, same on this one right here. Did you just need the one, just this? Or do you want the Mr. Faison, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And given the information placed on the record, your bond on this matter is $5,000 personal bond. You have one additional matter, Mr. Faison. Just 1 second, sir. No, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes, thank you. And Mr. Faison, your other matter is in regard to case number 200576602, People's State of Michigan versus Mikel Rajon Faison, counsel.
Mr. Mikel Rajon, we agree to stand mute. Mr. Faison's been advised of constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty and schedule an exam. Mr. Faison, would you have a right to hold and to have is scheduled October the 28th, which is Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. As with the prior matter, Mr. Faison, that matter will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty plea is entered as to the bond. Thank you.
He has obtained his GED, Your Honor. We would ask the court to consider a personal bond in this matter, although serious, it doesn't appear on assault.
Thank you. These are very serious allegations, Mr. Faison, but they are non-assault. If the court considers the information placed on the record by not only counsel but the officer at DDC, you're here before an alleged capias where it's indicated that you failed to appear for an exam on or about August 7, 2020. Given the information provided by the officer that is currently at your housing facility, you were taken into their custody on or about August 6 of 2020, and as my court's understanding, you have not been released since. And through no fault of your own, it appears that you have missed your exam date. And the court takes consideration the serious nature of these charges, the information provided by counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, lack of employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Faison, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no driving. Is that understood? Thank you. And given the information placed on the record, as well as provided by counsel, bond on this matter is set in the amount $15,000 personal bond. Anything further? Mr. Faison, good luck, sir. I hope it all works out well for you. Make sure and listen to the court.
Okay.
Yes. I apologize. Yes.
They said that the person that he assaulted was about to die. They want to find it.
Excuse me?
The person that he assaulted is about to die, so they want to change it to homicide.
I mean, who told you this and what are you
The
talking about?
officers outside, it's outside, the officers outside the door, and they want to change his charge to homicide instead.
They don't have it. They don't. What are they even doing in the court?
I have no idea. They were let in by security. So
Why did security even let them into the court? And why are they telling me this?
I was just told to tell you. That's what they wanted me to say.
What's the guy's person's name?
Del Toro.
Hold on.
Right here. My signature.
The officer said the complainant had to die, so. The officer was They said it's already, that's the one they said it's time it out. Yeah.
All right, everybody's been in. 17-year-old's next. I got him in 43, so he can see, what's his name? We ain't got 10,000 people to look for today. I was coming to work, I thought you were on vacation this week, I'm coming to work, I'm like, please don't be on. Fuck, April's on vacation. Tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. Not here tomorrow. Oh, you're here. Yes. It's Friday. So you heading straight up north, or?
I had to kind of.
All right, thank you, DDC. At your pleasure, guys. Appreciate you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
They said it's coming out.
Mhm.
You just walked over him.
Did you have a chance to interview him?
No, nothing I'm aware of. I'll double check with Council Reagan.
Okay, let him know that he needs to be interviewed. And Daniel Del Torre is my understanding. DDC is about to time out, so if he could be interviewed. And we're ready on anybody that you can bring to the camera. Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Del Torre is in the process of getting interviewed as we speak. There is some
Appreciate that.
concern. There is some concern that he may need a Spanish-speaking interpreter.
That's that's what the court's concern was as well. After the court had the same concern, sir, and so if you let us know as soon as possible, and we'll see if we can call up. We probably can't get one today, but we'll make an effort. But we'll make a phone call. Okay.
He's with counsel now, Your Honor. So if he can make it through the interview, and then counsel will be able to determine if they can represent him properly or not, then.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Bring whoever you got.
We're just trying to figure out what hotel we're gonna stay at in Vegas this time around. Figure we're gonna go on the strip this time. That way we ain't gotta go far, because when we found out where the strip was, we spent most of our time, and we were gonna think about the D Las Vegas, because it was nice. The problem is, that's a hard road. Everybody, we just walk around naked. I mean naked, not fucking out there. They were walking around naked. At the D. Walk in a casino, man, everything's Detroit stuff. Detroit Red Wings, Pistons, Tigers, Lions, Michigan State, Central, Eastern. It was nice.
Must have been somebody that lived there for years or something.
Had to have. But,
Big money or something.
yeah, but we had met some people that we were kind of, not really partying with, but drinking with. And we went back up to the rooms with them. It was like, people were fucking partying at Palm. It was like a bachelor, not a bachelor, but like a college dorm, man. It was like, you know, because when we stayed at the Strat, you know, up in the rooms, it was quiet, you know, because they didn't want that shit upstairs. Now you go down in where the casino shit was, but upstairs, it was nice. Man, these, we were thinking of staying maybe in Circus or something like that. We're not taking Spirit this time. We're taking American or fucking Delta or something. He's going there, man. He's sitting like.
Thank you, DDC. I think we're Madam Clerk's tried to get an interpreter. We'll let you know as soon as we hear.
He said he doesn't need one.
The court wants one if we can get one.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Making it through the interview, okay?
Start with Mr. Evans. We'll start.
Okay.
That's what he wants.
Yeah. So bring whoever.
Small circles, front and then back. Big circles. You're not recording or anything, are you? Sure. Yes, ma'am. Here you go.
On black mark.
Thank you, DDC, and good afternoon. Your name, please?
Good afternoon, Deshaun Evans.
Deshaun who?
Deshaun Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Evans, and good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Evans, you're here before the court on case 200611042, People State of Michigan versus Deshaun D'Angelo Evans, also known as Deshaun DeLand Evans, Sean Delano Evans. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of Deshaun Evans, my client waived his right to formal read. understands the constitutional rights of the stand.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. The court scheduling a probable cause hearing. Mr. Evans, you must attend October the 28th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Evans, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for the hearing before you are released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Lifetime resident in Detroit. He also in the case that he has no prior assault convictions. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now. Not a probation for non-assault allegation in nature, respect the ethics for the personal life.
Thank you. Mr. Evans, this is a very serious felony allegation, sir. It's very important that you listen to the court so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
During this bond, sir, the court takes into consideration your ties to the community, the current epidemic facing the nation, lack of employment status as counsel stated as relates to ability to post bond, the serious nature of the allegation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, and the current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, Mr. Evans, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Your bond is $9,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Evans. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome, boy. We'll get going. We're good. Thank you all. Appreciate you. And then you got an interpreter?
Yes.
Thank you. Good job. Good afternoon. Your name, please. Thank you.
Eric Douglas.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. You're here for 20061-038, People State of Michigan versus Del Rico Douglas, counselor.
That's not the right person.
Oh, thank you for that. What? It wasn't Douglas, sir?
Oh, Derek Evans. Derek.
Thank you, officer. I appreciate that. That was a A+ move there. Mr. Evans, Derek Evans, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And this, strike that. This is on Derek Evans' case 20061-041, People State of Michigan versus Derek Evans, counsel. Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Evans, the court scheduling a probable cause hearing. Sir, you must attend Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Evans, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. You understand? You understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Not guilty is entered as the bond.
21-year-old lifetime resident in Detroit. He also indicates that he has no prior assault.
Thank you. Mr. Evans, this is a very serious allegation, but it is non-assault if the court considers the information provided by counsel, including but not limited to your ties to the community, the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Mr. Evans, during this bond, you have ties to the community as well, and the court considers you are, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
And for those reasons, your bond is $7,500 personal bond, considering the serious nature of the allegations. Good luck, Mr. Evans. You're welcome.
Glad to see back in the bullpen. Del Torre.
Oh, they're supposed to be in there.
You can speak English. You can understand.
I think they're still on to get one now.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Del Torre.
Your Honor, you guys are still getting an interpreter for Del Torre, right?
That is correct. Yes, thank you.
Okay, because he's finished being interviewed, Your Honor, so he's ready to go whenever you want.
Okay, I appreciate it. The interpreter should be dialing in Zoom here shortly, and we'll let you know as soon as they get on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That was the ones at MDOC that we handled, both of them. Yeah, we're good, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon, your name, please.
Good afternoon, Dominic Jefferson.
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson. Good afternoon again. You're here for case 200600570, People State of Michigan versus Dominique DeWine Jefferson, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Dominique Jefferson. My client waives his right to formal reading. Understand the constitutional rights. Understand you.
Court waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment. Ask the bond counsel.
Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's a 33-year-old lifetime resident of Churchline. He also indicates to us that he has no prior assault conviction. He is unemployed right now. He does have a partner from Church Department. He has some college in his background and he's not on probation parole. Understand I was going to use the assault validation, Your Honor. He says he has a court potentially for a high personal line, maybe a GPS test, or
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Jefferson, the court takes into consideration a number of things upon imposition of bond. The advocacy that's provided by your counsel, who did a good job as always advocating on your behalf and providing the court the information to take into consideration. You have ties to the community, no capious history of criminal convictions the court's aware of. These are, count one as stated by counsel is a very serious assaultive allegation, and the court takes into consideration the information alleged in the investigator's report, all giving concerns regarding the alleged victim's safety. The court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Jefferson, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you have two court dates. You must attend them both. A probable cause conference October the 16th, which is Friday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Friday, October 23rd. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both hearings, Mr. Jefferson, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir. You said 16 and 23rd.
I appreciate that attention, and that is correct, Mr. Jefferson. And during this bond, sir, you'd have no contact with Demius Franklin, D-M-I-U-S Franklin. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Demius Franklin. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And based on the information alleged in the investigator's report, you're to fit with a GPS tether if you're able to make bond. And given the information placed on the record, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $7,510%. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Jefferson.
You gotta go to county.
Because I got to get well.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Clifton Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. Mr. Wells, you're here for case 200595515, People State of Michigan versus Clifton Wells. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of Clifton Wells, my client waives his right to formal reading. Understands the constitutional rights. Understand you.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Wells, the court scheduling two court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference on Friday, October the 16th. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Friday, October 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both of those hearings, Mr. Wells, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings before you are released or make bond, but it's your responsibility to connect to those hearings on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as the bond. He's currently employed, counsel? I apologize.
Yes, he is.
Thank you.
High school graduate, currently not on probation for us. He understands that he has.
Madam Clerk?
No contact at all. And understandably, these are assault allegations, Your Honor, but respectfully as this court potentially for a high personal violence, maybe with GPS tether, or we have 10% violence inflicted by the court.
Thank you. Thank you, counsel. This Miss Bailey was in there, but I think it just probably belongs. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, counsel, for that information. And Mr. Wells, the court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel, including but not limited to your ties to the community, the lack of capious history the court's aware of. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, the employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond. These are serious assaultive allegations. The court also considers your prior criminal convictions and the nature and age of those matters. Mr. Wells, also the court takes in consideration the serious allegations outlaid in the investigator's report, which are extremely serious and concerning regarding the safety of the alleged victim, Marlo Talley. Mr. Wells, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and you're not to go back to the area or premises of 16125 Washburn, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Wells, no contact during this bond with Marlo Talley. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. During this bond, absolutely no contact with Marlo Talley. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And given the information that's alleged in the investigator's report and the nature of these charges, you're to be fit with the GPS tether if you're able to make bond. Bond will be set in the amount $7,510%. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Wells.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir? I'm well, thanks. How are you doing? Good. Could you state your name, please?
Earl Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, and good afternoon, Earl Davis. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sir, you're here for case 2006145, People State of Michigan versus Earl Davis. Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Davis, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Davis, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understand, Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter as the bond.
He also indicates to us that he has no prior criminal convictions. He's currently at Amazon, currently not on probation for parole. This is a non-assault allegation, y'all. It is serious but non-assault. We respectfully ask this court for a personal matter.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, this is a very serious allegation, but it is non-assaultive. The court considers the advocacy provided by your counsel as well as the information he presented to the court. The serious nature of this charge, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as relates to ability to post bond. And the court has reviewed and considered the investigative report and allegations laid forth therein. Mr. Davis, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Understood.
Thank you. And Mr. Davis, the court is going to release you on a $7,000 personal bond. It's very important you listen to the court, sir. No weapons, and make sure and attend the Zoom hearing on October 28th, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Make sense, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Davis. I hope it works out well. Listen to the court, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Excuse me?
Can I ask a question real quick? I don't know what
You
that
can ask
means when
any
you say-
question.
I don't know what that means when you say 7,000. The first time with this.
Well, that's a good thing that you don't know, Mr. Davis. You're probably not familiar with the court system. What that $7,000 personal bond means is you're going to be released without having to post any money today on this allegation. But you have to follow the court's orders. If you do fail to appear or if you violate in any way, that personal bond could turn into something that gets you incarcerated. That's what you need to know, is you need to follow the court's orders and appear to that Zoom hearing. But you should be released on this matter today, pending any other holds the court's unaware of. Understand?
Okay. Do I get the papers and everything, right? Do I get everything?
You'll get information from DDC. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate the questions, Mr. Davis. Good luck, sir.
Pablo Salvador Calderon.
I apologize, you're Pablo Calderon. One moment, sir. And good afternoon, Mr. Calderon.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. You're here, sir, for case 200611046, People's State of Michigan versus Pablo Calderon.
Yes, Your Honor. Frankfurt, on behalf of Pablo Calderon, my client waived his right to form the reading. I report the constitutional right to stand reading.
Thank you, counsel. Court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
Has no final qualifications, doesn't do drywall for it, the confirmation of the borough, and showing that these allegations are assaulted, they are assaulted allegations that we respect the, and you have the, no contact with, eyewitnesses. Respect the ethics court, I personally own a GPS sensor.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Calderon, the court takes into consideration the information provided by your attorney, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond. The court takes into consideration the nature of these charges, which are very serious and assaultive allegations, as well as the concerning assaultive allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Mr. Calderon, the court is scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. A probable cause conference is scheduled on Tuesday, October the 20th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Tuesday, October 27th. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Well, we have the interpreter present. It appears the interpreter is zooming in, just to let you know. Both hearings, Mr. Calderon, will be heard via Zoom. Both hearings on October 20th and October 27th are 8:30 on Zoom in front of Judge Giles. If you're able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it's your responsibility, Mr. Calderon, to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given the current epidemic facing the nation, information placed on the record, ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, and considering the investigator's report and allegations set forth therein, during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. If you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether, and you're absolutely no contact with Vicky Sanchez and no contact with Elizabeth Calderon. No contact means no contact of any kind during this bond, sir. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Vicky Sanchez, no contact with Elizabeth Calderon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, bond will be set. $8,510%.
So do I got a personal bond?
No, sir. It's 8,510%, which is $850.
So GPS
with the GPS tether, yes, yes.
So copy out.
Good.
Gotta go to get the tether.
If you post bond and you have no other holds, then you will be released if you are able to make bond on this matter, yes.
So am I going to be
I'll
doing
explain
time?
it to you. I'll explain it to you. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Good afternoon, Madam Interpreter.
Good afternoon. How are you?
You're here for Daniel De La Torre?
Yes, I am, sir.
Do you need the case number or spelling of his name or any information from the court before we start?
No, I have the name and the case and the charges.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Daniel.
Buenas tardes, señor. Diga su nombre
Daniel.
y su apellido.
Madam Interpreter, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do, Your Honor.
And your full name, please?
Emma Hernandez, Your Honor. EMMAHERNANDEZ, SCAO qualified Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. And Mr. Daniel De La Torre, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes, señor Daniel De La Torre. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you. Could you state your full name, please?
Por favor, diga su nombre completo para que conste en el acta. Por favor.
Daniel De La Torre Corona.
Daniel De La Torre Corona.
Thank you. You are here for case number 200-61057.
Usted está aquí para el número de caso 2006-1057.
People, State of Michigan versus Daniel De La Torre.
El estado de Michigan contra Daniel De La Torre.
Counsel, your appearance.
Yes, Brandon Bird on behalf of Daniel De La Torre, my client waives his right to form an agreement, understands his constitutional right to
Your Honor, the interpreter is unavailable, cannot hear.
Okay, maybe you could speak into the microphone. She has to say everything you're saying.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Daniel De La Torre, my client waives his right to the formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
Do you want him to slow down, or are you having problem even hearing him?
Yes, I cannot hear him.
I don't know what we could do.
Okay, Ms. Hernandez, can you hear me now?
It's an echo. I hear you through a tube.
Can you hear me now?
Well, I can hear what you are saying now.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Daniel De La Torre.
Yo soy el abogado representando al señor De La Torre, el señor Daniel.
My client waives his right to the formal reading.
Y él va a ceder sus derechos para una lectura formal.
Understands his constitutional rights.
Él entiende sus derechos constitucionales.
And will stand mute.
Y por lo tanto va a permanecer en silencio.
Thank you, counsel. The court will enter a plea of not guilty.
Gracias, abogado. Entonces la corte va a aceptar su declaración de no culpabilidad.
And schedule 2 court dates that you must attend them both.
Y le va a dar 2 fechas, ¿verdad? Para que que son fechas para comparecer ante la corte y usted tiene que venir a las 2.
Okay. A probable cause conference is scheduled Monday, October 19th.
Hay una conferencia de causa probable, la cual está agendada para el lunes 19 de octubre.
You have a right to a preliminary examination.
Y usted tiene el derecho a un examen preliminar.
Scheduled the following Monday, October 26th.
El cual está agendado para el siguiente lunes, que es 26 de octubre.
Both at 8:30 a.m.
Los dos son a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Both will be heard via Zoom
Y los dos van a ser vía Zoom
in front of Judge Jones at the 36th District Court
en frente de la jueza Jones de la Corte 36 de Distrito.
both hearings at 8:30 a.m.
Ambos audiencias son a las 8:30 de la mañana.
If you're able to make bond,
Usted puede pagar confianza.
you'll get information from the officers at DDC
Usted va a recibir de los oficiales que están en el DDC, que es el de Centro de Detención de Detroit, va a obtener la información de cómo poder pagar su fianza.
on how to connect for those Zoom hearings.
Y también cómo conectarse con esas dos audiencias vía Zoom.
Okay.
But it is your responsibility to connect on time.
Okay.
Pero es tu responsabilidad el conectarse ahí a tiempo.
Do you understand everything so far?
Hasta ahora, señor, ¿entiende todo?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty plea is entered.
Gracias. Entonces se introduce una declaración de no culpabilidad en su nombre.
As to bond, counsel.
As to bond, Your Honor. As to bond, Your Honor.
Ok, su señoría, ahora, abogado, hable sobre la fianza. Sí, pedimos fianza, su señoría.
My client indicates to us that he's 33 years old.
I cannot hear him.
My client indicates to us that he's 33 years old.
No, el cliente nos ha indicado que tiene 33 años de edad.
Sí.
Yes.
Yeah, he also indicates to us that he has no prior criminal convictions.
Y no tiene ningún caso criminal anterior a este.
Spanish interpreter for the next court day.
My client does side jobs. He lays tile and drywall.
He said that his client does side jobs, lays drywall, and tile.
Perfecto. Su cliente hace trabajos, ¿verdad? De mampostería y de construcción.
Is that correct, what you said, yes? Okay, go ahead.
My client also indicates to us that he's a high school graduate.
And counsel, if I misstate any of your statements, please let the court know, okay? He's indicated that his client is a high school graduate.
Él ha indicado que él se está graduado del bachillerato de high school. Thank you, Your Honor.
Respectfully, Your Honor, these are serious and assaultive allegations.
Respectfully, Your Honor, these are serious and assaultive allegations.
Con respecto, su señoría, con mucho respeto, él tiene sobre las alegaciones de agresión.
Well, we respectfully ask this court for potentially a higher personal bond with a GPS tether or reasonable 10% bond seen fit by the court.
We ask the court respectfully for a reasonable, for a high personal bond.
Nosotros respetuosamente le pedimos a la corte por una fianza personal razonablemente alta.
Possibly with a tether.
Posiblemente con un dispositivo localizador.
Or a reasonable 10% bond seen fit by the court.
Or a reasonable 10% bond.
Con una fianza razonable del 10%.
Fit by the court.
Establecida por la corte.
Anything further, counsel? Nothing further from counsel.
Okay. ¿Algo más, abogado? No, su señoría, nada más.
Mr. Delatorre, these are very serious assaultive allegations.
Señor de la Torre, estas son alegaciones muy serias de agresión.
The court considers a number of things when setting a bond.
Y la Corte considera un número de cosas para establecer una fianza.
The court has considered the serious charges
Y la Corte ha considerado los cargos tan serios.
your ties to the community,
También ha considerado los lazos que usted tiene con la comunidad,
the information provided by your attorney,
la información que se nos ha sido proveída tanto a usted como a nosotros a través del abogado,
the current epidemic facing our nation,
también la epidemia que está azotando a la nación,
employment status as stated,
también la Corte considera su estado de empleo como nos fue informado por su abogado,
as it relates to the ability to post bond,
relacionándolo el mismo con su capacidad de poder pagar una fianza.
the court has reviewed and considered the information alleged in the investigator report,
La Corte ha revisado y ha considerado la información que se nos ha dado en el reporte,
which is very concerning regarding the alleged victim's safety.
lo cual es muy preocupante con relación a la seguridad de la supuesta víctima.
Also, the likelihood of conviction.
Y también la posible sentencia.
It is alleged in the investigator's report
Y en el reporte se alega
you were given your Miranda warnings in Spanish
que usted le dieron sus avisos de derechos en español.
You indicated allegedly you understood your rights
Y usted supuestamente entendió que usted dijo que entendía sus derechos.
and made statements that lean towards the likelihood of conviction.
Y dijo cosas, ¿verdad?, que podrían influenciar la sentencia.
During this bond,
Durante esta fianza,
you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon.
usted no puede ni comprar, ni poseer, ni tener ningún tipo de arma.
Absolutely no. What was that?
No es mi intención adquirir nada de eso porque no las necesito.
I don't have the intention of buying any one of those because I don't need them.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Absolutely no driving.
Absolutamente no puede manejar.
Okay.
No contact with Luis Sandoval Ocampos.
No puede tener ningún contacto con el señor Luis Sandoval Ocampo.
No contact means no contact of any kind.
Y cuando digo no puede tener contacto, es ningún contacto de ninguna clase.
No conozco el nombre, dice la verdad. No conozco la persona esa que me está mencionando, no sabría cómo.
I don't know that person that you mentioned.
Okay, so that should be easy to have no contact.
Entonces eso haría más fácil el que no tenga ningún contacto con esa persona.
That means no contact of any kind.
Eso significa ningún contacto de ninguna clase.
Okay.
No contact orally.
Ningún contacto oral. Hablar.
No contact in writing through a third person.
Ningún contacto por escrito a través de una tercera persona.
At their place of residency or at their place of employment.
en el lugar donde ellos residen, esa persona resida o en el lugar donde esa persona trabaje.
Or through any forms of social media, no contact.
O ningún tipo de contacto a través de ninguna red social.
And
Nada
given
de
the
contacto.
information in the investigator's report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release.
Y según la información en el reporte que se nos dio, usted tiene que tener una tobillera, un dispositivo de localización antes de que sea puesto en libertad.
Bond is set. $175,000 cash surety.
Es $175,000 en efectivo o en fianza.
Do you understand everything?
¿Usted entiende todo esto?
Sí, dígale que para cuánto tiempo.
Good luck,
tengo que
Mr.
pagar.
I apologize. What was that?
Quiero saber cuánto tengo de tiempo para pagar esta fianza.
I would like to know how much time do I have to pay this bond.
Whenever you like.
Cuando usted quiera.
Good luck, Mr. De La Torre.
Buena suerte, señor De La Torre.
Okay, gracias.
I hope this works out well.
Espero que todo salga bien.
Igualmente, gracias a los dos.
Thank you. Thank you to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez.
Thank you for your help. I couldn't get the attorney name for the record, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll give it to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
His name is Brandon. Last name is Bird. B-Y-R-D.
Okay, and his PIN?
His P number?
Yes, please.
83734.
Okay, thank you. And just told him, Mrs. De La Torre, that he was his attorney, but I couldn't get his name because that's what I heard. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I hope you have a nice day and be safe. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Go for it.
Hey, DDC, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Do we got Derek Evans? My apologies, gentlemen.
That's okay. A little behind the game this afternoon. We'll catch him up, though. Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Derek Littlejohn.
Thank you, Mr. Littlejohn. At DDC, thank you for your patience. I appreciate you guys as always. Mr. Littlejohn, you're here for case number 2004570, People State of Michigan versus Eric Marcus Littlejohn.
Yes, Mr. Bird on behalf of Eric Littlejohn. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, understand you.
Court waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
He also indicates to us that he has no prior conviction in 27 years of life. He's employed at Metro Express, and he's actually a junior in college. He's not on probation or parole, Your Honor. Understandably, this is an assault allegation, Your Honor. I would like to take into consideration that he is this week, and he does have a lot going on the job and being in college. So,
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Littlejohn, this is a very serious allegation, sir, and it's assaultive allegation. The court is setting a pretrial date that you must attend Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Littlejohn, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for the Zoom hearing before you release, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Okay, yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond. Anything further as to bond?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Littlejohn, as counsel stated, this is a serious allegation, assaultive allegation. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions in the past. You have ties to the community. Court considers your current employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. That serious allegations is set forth in the investigator's report as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and your ties to the community. Mr. Littlejohn, during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Danita Woodhouse. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Danita Woodhouse. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Littlejohn, if the court releases you on a personal bond, do you have any issue following the court's order? Having no weapons and no contact with Ms. Woodhouse, do you see any issues with that?
No. I just got a question, though. Quick question.
Go for it.
When they picked me up, they had found my legal firearm on me, so I can't go get that and take it back to my house.
Mr. Littlejohn.
This is your attorney speaking. Go ahead.
This is your attorney speaking. Please don't go into any facts of the case on facts of any other case that could possibly get you in trouble. Right now, let's just get to find you next court date, and we can handle it.
Okay, I understand.
Did that answer your question? Do you have anything further?
Yeah, no. I have nothing else.
Okay, Mr. Littlejohn, you're going to be released on a $10,000 personal bond. Listen to the court, sir. Absolutely no contact. It appears you have a very close proximity to Miss Woodhouse's residency. So you have no contact with Miss Woodhouse. If she's outside, you go inside. If you see her, you make no contact, period. If she makes a statement, you turn and leave. You do not reply, and you have no contact to her or through any person to her. Any violation could get you will violate bond and could get you locked back up. Is the reason I stress the no contact. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, you're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Littlejohn. Good luck.
You're welcome.
Thank you, counsel.
Yeah, he's the one. Just driving.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Ivy Christian.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Christian, you're here for case 20061-044, People State of Michigan versus Ivy James Christian, also known as Ivy J. Christian, Calvin Womack, Ivy James, Ivy Christian, Ivy with an E, James Christian. Counsel.
Greenberg on behalf of Ivy Christian. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional right to obtain peace.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty on your client's behalf and schedule 2 court dates, Mr. Christian, that you must attend them both. A probable cause conference on Tuesday, October the 20th. You have a right to a preliminary examination scheduled the following Tuesday, October 27th. Both will be heard at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Christian. If you're able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. May I say something?
Thank you. Not guilty's entered, if you'd like.
This is the attorney speaking, Mr. Christian. Before you say anything, if it doesn't relate to bond today, I would advise you not to talk about it, because you're being recorded, and anything you say could potentially further pay or get you in trouble.
That was your attorney speaking. Did you hear him okay?
No, I was hoping I'd get a personal bond so I could, my grandmother had seizures. I'm her caretaker. I was hoping that I'd get a personal bond so I can get out and take care of her. That's my only time getting in trouble. My first offense. I did not hurt no one.
Well, you've had at least 2 prior felony convictions, and you may be on probation for one of them. Are you on probation for resisting and obstructing a police officer?
Yes, Your Honor, but I'm.
So how is that your first conviction? How is this your first conviction if you're on probation for a felony charge?
Well, I'm on probation. They dropped it to a misdemeanor, a 10-month misdemeanor charge.
Mr. Christian, this is your lawyer speaking. Mr. Christian, this is your lawyer speaking. If you could please do me a favor and just remain mute. Right now, if you could please just do me a favor, because right now you're not helping yourself. You're not the only thing you're gonna do is hurt yourself. Know what you got the best case possible. When you get to your next court date. Your next court date is gonna be on the 20th.
Possible I can get Taylor.
Well, I haven't heard any arguments for bond, but that's a possibility. Go.
Possible
But
can you
any,
get?
If you can just stay silent for me for 1 second.
go ahead, counsel.
Is there any way that I can,
One moment, Mr. Christian.
Everybody's up to the last couple, bringing the 17-year-old next time, put him the 17-year-old at the same time, and then go do taking the females.
Thank you, Esteban. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Lifetime resident in Detroit, he does take care of his kids and then he's a caregiver for his grandmother. Who, he takes care of them full time. He's unemployed right now. He is vetted, not on probation or parole. Not indicates to us that he has no prior assault criminal convictions, Your Honor. And understandably, this is a serious and assaultive allegation, Your Honor. With respect, he has this court potentially for a high for a reasonable gender supervising.
Thank you, but he is on probation too for an assaultive crime. For not only as a conviction, but he's currently, as stated by himself, on probation for resisting and obstructing a police officer. So the court considers that, as well as the information provided by Mr. Christian and the current allegations before the court, which are extremely serious and assaultive. And very concerning is not only does he have multiple prior felony convictions, but as stated, he's on probation while this allegation took place, and that's very concerning to the court. The court also takes consideration the ties of the community, lack of Caker's history the court's aware of, as well as the likelihood of conviction and the very serious nature of the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. The likelihood of conviction is limited not only to statements that's allegedly made after interrogation, where Mr. Christian admitted allegedly stating that he robbed a gas station because he was hungry and had money to buy some things for children. The court notes the other information alleged that leans towards the likelihood of conviction in the investigator's report, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Christian, during this bond, you are not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. And you are not to go to the premises or area of the mobile gas station. And that's located at 6500 Van Dyke, Detroit, Michigan. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And absolutely no contact with Hassan Elyan. No contact means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Hassan Elyan, Elayyan. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Given the prior convictions, the information provided by yourself that stated you're on probation during for an assaultive conviction during this very assaultive allegation, given the likelihood of conviction, the information alleged in the investigator's report, and the very serious nature of these charges, specifically count 1, which is a life offense, your bond is set in the amount 200,000 cash surety. Anything further, counsel? Good luck, Mr. Christian. Good afternoon. Your name? I apologize. One more time, your name, sir?
Enrico Douglas.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas, and good afternoon. You're here for case 2006103, People State of Michigan versus Del Rico Douglas.
Yes, Brandon Bird on behalf of Del Rico Douglas, applying waivers to right to form of review, understand the constitutional right to understand.
Thank you, counsel. Court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Douglas, the court is scheduling a probable cause hearing you must attend on Wednesday, October the 28th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That hearing, Mr. Douglas, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood? Thank you. Not guilty, entered. Brother counsel as the bond, sir.
My client indicates that he's a 17-year-old lifetime breakdown. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal convictions. He is a high school graduate. He was determined not on probation for well. This is an unsolved allegation, and we expect him to go for personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Douglas, the court takes into consideration the advocacy provided by your counsel, who's done a good job on your behalf. Your ties to the community. Court, as stated by counsel, is unaware of any prior criminal convictions or allegations or capious history. Court notes the current epidemic and considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the serious nature of this charge and the information alleged in the investigator's report, including employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Douglas, during this bond, sir, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And for those reasons, you'll be released on a $7,000 personal bond. Make sure and attend your Zoom hearing, no weapons, so you don't violate the order and get locked up just for not listening. Good luck, sir. You're welcome. You're being released, Mr. Douglas, on this matter. Make sure and listen to the court. Good luck.
All right.
All right. This is gold right here. This is gold. Liquid gold. Right? That was a good find right there. Yeah. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Louis Roki.
Thank you, Mr. Roki. Sir, you're here for case 2006147, People State of Michigan versus Louis Joseph Roki. Counsel.
Brandon Bird on behalf of Louis Roki, applying waivers to right to form of review, understand the constitutional rights to understand.
Thank you. Brother counsel, court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Roki, the court scheduling a probable cause hearing, sir, that you must attend Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Roki, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Understood.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
My client indicates that he's a 24-year-old lifetime resident of Detroit. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal convictions. He's employed at Amazon, a high school graduate. Indicates that he's not on probation for parole. This is an unsolved allegation, Your Honor. We respectfully ask this court for a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Roki, this is a very serious felony allegation, sir. Very important you listen to the court in all aspects so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Does that make sense? You got to listen to the court.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Roki, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. No weapons. Clear?
Clear.
Thank you. Mr. Roki, the court takes consideration information provided by your counsel, your lack of criminal convictions or capious history. Court considers your ties to the community, the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status at Amazon as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Roki, for those reasons, you're being released on a $7,500 personal bond. Listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked back up for not listening. You're being released on this matter on a personal bond. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 2 more males. There he is, the award winner, Officer Crawford. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Devontae Young.
Devontae Young, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Young, you're here before the court case number 200611054. People State of Michigan versus Devontae Young, also known as Devontae McHale Young. Counsel.
Yes, sir. I'm Brandon Bird on behalf of Devontae Young. My client waives his right to formal reading. Understands the constitutional right to stand.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Sorry,
You're fine.
22 years old, lifetime resident in Detroit, go about getting his GED, and especially these non-assaultive allegations now, even though serious allegations now, we are non-assaultive.
Thank you. Mr. Young, these are very serious allegations, sir. They're felony allegations. And the court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel. The court's entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling a probable cause hearing. You must attend Wednesday, October 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. That hearing, Mr. Young, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time via Zoom, October 28th, 8:30, in front of Judge Archer. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Archer, the court considers the information provided by your attorney. You have ties to the community. Yeah, the court has concerns regarding your prior criminal conviction, and the court knows the age of that matter. The court's unaware of any capious history. These are very serious allegations and non-assaultive. The court has reviewed the investigator's report and taken into consideration the allegations set forth therein. The court has considered the current epidemic facing the nation and employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond, including your ties to the community. Mr. Young, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Understood?
Okay. Yes.
And Mr. Young, if the court releases you on a personal bond, you have no issue showing up to court and refraining from weapons. Is that correct? The court can release you on a personal bond and trust that you're going to follow the court's order. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
What was that? Yes, sir. What?
I said yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Young. You'll be released. I apologize. I cut you off again. Go ahead.
No, I was telling you, yes, sir. I understand everything you're saying.
I appreciate that, Mr. Young. You'll be released on a $10,000 personal bond. No weapons, Mr. Young. Make sure and attend the hearing date. Good luck, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me go grab Mr. Brown Gunn.
Thank you, officer. And then Mr. Counsel Larkin. Is he still holding tight on there?
Yes, I'm here.
What was your who was your female?
My female is Tamika
Stevens?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing the last male right now. Then we'll go to the female side. I'll see if they can bring Miss Stevens first. Okay. So it may be 10 minutes or so. You're welcome.
Okay.
And then we have one more retained officer. Do you have the attorney's number for that?
I do.
Graham? For Graham?
I didn't get that number. I only got, that's the number over here. That's Steven. That's good. We called already. We called.
Graham?
Yeah, he said he's gonna call it.
Okay.
But I called.
Yeah, tell him about 5-10 minutes. All right, fine. Thank you. Council. Yes.
Would they give me a purse where I can get out today? Huh? Sir?
Yeah. I don't know, but see, they're doing your old warrant, so all your stuff you came in for, you're not taking care of yet.
Huh?
Back in 2017, all the stuff you came in for yesterday, you still have to wait and see what they're gonna do. They're not even doing that right now. This is your old case. Right now.
So what am I here for now?
That's with assault, damage of property, and obstructing the police.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please.
Johnny Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Is it? You're here for case 1704-6204, People State of Michigan versus Johnny Isaac Lamar Brown, also known as Johnny Lamar Brown, Isaac Lamar Brown, Johnny Isaac Brown. Counsel.
Ryan Brown, Mr. Johnny Brown, late briefs, and you, Mr. Brown.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Brown, the court's scheduling a pre-trial date, sir, that you must attend on Wednesday, August the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Brown, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing. But Mr. Brown, it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Upon your honor, Mr. Brault, a 40-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, he does maintain that he does not have any prior criminal history, Your Honor. He does take medication as well, specifically for his mental health and religious non-being good. We would ask to consider setting a personal bond in this particular matter due to his lack of criminal history and his lack of residential ties here in the community.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Brown, the court takes consideration of the information provided by your attorney, including your lack of capious history, lack of criminal convictions the court's aware of. It appears you do have ties to the community. Court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of this charge, as well as the age of the allegation and information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as your employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Brown, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Tracy LaShawn Harris. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you have, if the court releases you on a personal bond, you have no problem following those orders, correct?
Yes.
For those reasons, bond will be set $7,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Brown. You're welcome.
All right,
okay, thank you. We have a couple retained. I don't know if you could bring Miss Stevens first. The counsel is there ready, but we'll meet you over there. Thank you, sir. You got a personal bond, Mr. Brown, yes. Yep, they're joining right here. Thank you.
Back in 2007.
Thank you for your patience, counsel. We have one ahead of you. We're going to the female side, and then we'll call. We'll have them call your case second. Is that okay?
That's perfect, Judge. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Are you finished up in federal court?
Yes, Judge.
Good. Hope it went well
Thank
for
you. It did. Thank you.
Good.
Excuse me. Can I drop this in the garbage? Can I drop it or just leave it in the sand? I mean, you're going back to yourself. You first have to. Hey, where did your shirt go? That one is key, right? I can say it too, and I'll transfer my they not have it real fast, it's fast. Okay, everything else.
Is the kid showing you some technology over there? My head, I don't even want to know my head will explode. I don't even want to know what you got going. I'm sure he's got something going good over there. To be young again, Phil. Hey, Council, I appreciate your patience. I apologize.
No worries, Judge.
Yeah, we have two retained counsels, number 11, Miss Stevens and Miss Graham. If you could bring out either of those first, those two, and then at your pleasure after that.
Copy that, Your Honor. Thank you. Ms. Graham.
Thank you. Looks like you jumped up in line. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please.
Virginia Graham.
Thank you, Miss Graham. And Miss Graham, you're here for a couple of reasons. We're going to get through them one at a time. Counsel, are you representing her on the felony allegations only?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. She has some additional matters that we're going to arraign her on, and then we'll start with your case, okay? Ms. Graham, I'm going to read you your rights. You're welcome, Counsel. I'm going to read you your rights. If you have any questions, just let me know, Ms. Graham. Ms. Graham, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public expense. Did you hear and understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you. You're here. First, we're going to handle, Ms. Graham, some misdemeanor allegations where you have warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. You're going to be released on a personal bond on these matters, and the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend November the 10th, which is a Tuesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Langston. Those hearings will be heard via Zoom, Ms. Graham, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect for those hearings on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. One moment, ma'am. I'll tell you what those are for. Ms. Graham, it's very important you show up to court. You have to listen to the court's orders. You got a large amount of warrants for your arrest for failing to appear. Do you want these, Claudia? You're here for ticket. These are the ones I'm about to handle. Ticket number SP 821131. This took place on or about December 24, 2016. Count 1, drive unregistered untitled vehicle. Count 2, no insurance on a 91 Chevy. Count 3, improper plates. Bonds $1,500 personal bond. Ticket number SP 821132. December 24, 2016. Drive while license not valid or improper license. Bonds $500 personal bond. Ticket number SP 821294. December 15, 2016. Count 1, drive while license suspended. Count 2, improper plates. Bonds $2,000 personal bond. Complaint U321-35016, Thursday, May 12, 2016, filing a false felony report to police at or near 26021 Fleming, bonds 1,000 personal bond. Ticket number 16218-654, April 20th, 2016. No operator's license in possession, bonds 1,000 personal bond. Ticket number 16292-963. July 3rd, 2016, no operator's license in possession. Count 2, operating an uninsured motor vehicle on a 2011 Ford. Thank you. $400 personal bond. Ticket number 18482-787, December 24th, 2018. Count 1, no operator's license in possession. Count 2, no insurance on the 01 Lincoln. Count 3, unregistered motor vehicle bond, $600 personal bond. Ticket number 19503-074, May 22nd, 2019. No operator's license in possession. Bonds $100 personal bond. Ms. Graham, these allegations are all misdemeanor charges. They carry up to a $500 fine and/or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall the warrant, set aside capias, enter plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Ms. Graham, those allegations will all be scheduled for a pretrial. You need these? November the 10th. 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Langston. Not guilty plea is entered. Very important you attend those hearing dates, ma'am. Not guilty is entered. Zoom is November 10th, 2020, 8:30 in front of Judge Langston. Counsel, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, Judge, whenever you are.
Thank you. And Ms. Graham, your name one more time, please.
Virginia Graham.
Thank you. And you're here for case 20058-011. People, State of Michigan, Virgiline Graham, also known as Virgiline Brown, Virgiline Graham, Angela Watson. Counsel.
Patrick Nineheis, P76343 on behalf of Miss Graham, and we'll waive the formal reading of the warrant, Judge, and stand mute to the charges at this time.
Thank you, Counsel. Court, waive formal reading of the information and her plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates, Miss Graham. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference Friday, October the 16th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Friday, August 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. As with your prior capious matters, Miss Graham, those hearings will be heard via Zoom. It's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information if you're able to make bond on how to connect, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty plea is entered. Counsel has the bond.
Judge, I'm asking for a low bond. She's got some health problems that she's going through insurance issues for. She's a lifelong resident of Michigan. She's got 9 children, which she's the primary caregiver. These are serious charges, but 1 week later, the Detroit Police Department did the same thing and no charges were filed. She turned herself in this morning. We scheduled it. She learned about this warrant when she was in Ohio, and then we came here as soon as she was able to, and I was able to, is to turn herself in. She's not a flight risk. She will appear. She's retained me about a week ago. So I'm asking for a $50,000, 10% bond.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for being so accommodating. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no worries. I appreciate your accommodation. One moment. Ms. Graham, these are very serious assaultive allegations, and the court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel, who has done a very good job advocating on your behalf. The court considers and the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond, as well as your ties to the community, and the court considers your prior criminal convictions, as well as very concerning your capious history. That capious history, Ms. Graham, tells the court that you do not appear as ordered on unrelated matters, very concerning to the court regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter. The court notes that you did surrender yourself as indicated by counsel to authorities in relation to this and takes that into consideration, including with your capious history. The court also takes into consideration that very serious assaultive allegations set forth in the investigator's report, as well as the nature of the allegations, serious charges before the court, and the information in the alleged investigator's report, which leans towards the likelihood of conviction given the information stated in the report. Ms. Graham, and the court considers the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, no weapons, and absolutely no driving. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And absolutely no contact with Tanisha White, no contact with Deschanel White, and no contact with Latrice White. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. And counsel indicated she had health issues. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, because I think she was involved in a car accident, and they're working on getting the insurance and everything worked out for that.
Okay, DDC, please mark her file medical for the reasons stated by counsel. Thank you. Ms. Graham, thank you, appreciate that, officer. These are serious allegations in the investigator's report, which include but not limited to the allegation that you drove your vehicle at the complaining, one of the complainants, up allegedly onto the curb, running over the individual, placing your vehicle in reverse and repeating to run over the individual again. That's some of the concerning allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Allegations at this point, but very concerning assaultive allegations. Given your capious history, the nature of these charges, as well as the prior criminal record and the information placed on the record, and including the investigator's report, your bond on this matter set in the amount $300,000 cash surety.
Judge, can I ask for a 10% bond? Judge, I'm asking for a 10% bond. This is $300,000 cash surety is unreasonable at this time for anyone to pay $300,000. It's basically a remand status, as no one can pay $300,000 cash surety. I'm asking for a $300,000 10% bond. I mean, you're already putting her with a GPS tether. She's not allowed to drive. She turned herself in today. And
she has a lengthy capious history. She surrendered herself, but she has lengthy capious history, well over 10 outstanding warrants that the court just handled where she failed to appear. And then we have allegations of this nature that are set forth in the investigator's report, and 3 charges where she's facing life, as well as taking into consideration her prior criminal convictions. And the information that is alleged in the investigator's report, which some of the concerns were placed on the record, but there's lengthy concerns regarding statements made allegedly by your client, and the nature of the allegations set forth in the investigator's report are very concerning for the reasons placed on the record. And the court started at a personal bond, counsel, and the court does not feel this is unreasonable at all. And the court set bond and has placed the reasonings for the bond on the record, and the bond is stating as stated, $300,000 cash surety.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Good luck.
Judge, can you give me the court reporter's name so I can order a transcript and do an appeal on this? Thank you.
This is taken down on jobs. It's an electronic recording system.
Okay, thank you. I'll call the
You're
court
welcome.
tomorrow to get that when you're not on the record. I appreciate it, Judge.
Yep. Good luck, counsel. Anything further?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you both.
Just have a seat. Just have a seat for now. Okay.
I appreciate your accommodations, counsel. And Ms. Stevens ready?
Yep, Ms. Stevens?
Yep.
Stand by the line right now.
Take my mask off.
No, put your mask back on, actually. State
Your name, ma'am?
Lamika Stevens.
Thank you, Ms. Stevens. You're for case 200611006, People State of Michigan versus Lamika Ann Stevens, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mark Lakin on behalf of Ms. Stevens for arraignment today.
And your P number,
Your
sir?
Honor, she'll waive the read. It's 41147.
Thank you.
We'll waive reading of the information, so we'll stand mute.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading of information, enter plea of not guilty. Schedule. We'll get to court dates in a moment as to bond, counsel.
Esteban, Your Honor, I was retained back in first week in August when she was actually at the Detroit Detention Center and was released pending further investigation. I contacted the officers and they just went and picked her up today. So it's my understanding that obviously she's been out of trouble. She works for the U.S. Postal Service. I understand she has no real criminal record or anything. So I'm asking for a personal bond. We have, as I said, retained counsel.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Stevens, this court is entering a plea not guilty and scheduling 2 court dates that you must attend them both. A probable cause conference is scheduled Tuesday, October the 20th. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, October 27th, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom, Ms. Stevens. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, what were those dates? Your Honor, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's Tuesday, October the 20th for the probable cause conference. Then the following Tuesday, October 27th, for the preliminary examination, both at 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge King, both via Zoom.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Stevens, the court considers the information provided by counsel, the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. The court has concerns regarding the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which is including but not limited to the allegation that you produced a handgun and fired a shot striking the alleged victim with the bullet, and that's very concerning to the court regarding that individual's safety. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your ties to the community, lack of capious history or criminal convictions in the past, and employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Ms. Stevens, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no weapons, and absolutely no contact with Antoinisha Phelps. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Do you understand?
Yes. And Your Honor, just for the record, I did instruct her when she was released 2 months ago to not contact anyone, and she's been perfect. So.
Thank you. And if you're able to make, and the court will take that into consideration, counsel, and thank you for that information. If you're able to make bond, ma'am, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Your bond is set 5,000, 10%. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, counsel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Good luck, Ms. Stevens.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too. Thank you for your patience, counsel.
Your Honor, can you recall the cases for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. We're still on the record, and she's present. Go ahead.
Your Honor, believe it or not, I've reviewed this case. I think if you knew the facts of this case, you would not order a GPS tether. There's absolutely zero chance that Ms. Stevens will make contact with this victim in any way whatsoever. But there'll be a delay on the GPS tether.
Counsel, I apologize. You're tailing out at the end. Counsel, I apologize. You're tailing out. Last I heard is there was no chance that your client would have contact. But if you can go from there.
Yeah, there's just no chance of that. I don't think that there's any risk of that. I'm just asking you, she works for the Postal Service, and I've got to get her back to work. And sometimes these tether people take a little bit too long, and my clients sit there and they lose their job. So,
okay, Counsel, I appreciate that. Do you mind? And Ms. Stevens, you don't have to answer this. Counsel, I just need to be. I have concerns regarding the complainant's safety, but you've indicated to the court that since the incident date, she's had no contact with Ms. Phelps, is what you've told the court. How do you know that information?
She's told me, and I've talked to her several times in the interim because we thought charges might come along. And she's very good at keeping instructions. She understands how serious it is. She's frankly very anxious to defend.
Ms. Stevens, is that all correct? Everything your counsel stated, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Stevens, the court takes into consideration the updated information provided by counsel and will strike the condition of the GPS tether. There's no tether at this time. Ms. Stevens, it's very important that you listen to your attorney in the court and continue to have no contact with Ms. Phelps. If you violate in any way, then you're likely to get locked up just for violating. Even a simple contact, a conversation could get you locked back up. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand that.
And Ms. Stevens, you have no problems with the no contact with Ms. Phelps, and you're going to continue that no contact, correct?
Correct.
Counsel, the court struck the condition of GPS. Bond is set 5,000, 10%. No contact, no weapons. Anything further?
No, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
She has two court dates, October 20th, October 27th. You're welcome, both of you. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
20th and the 27th. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please.
Natasha Bailey.
Thank you, Miss Bailey. Miss Bailey, you have a few matters going on. We're going to handle them one at a time. I'm going to read you your rights. If you have any questions, just let me know, okay? You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say, orally or in writing, can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. First, we're going to handle some matters, Miss Bailey. We have warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. You're going to be released on a personal bond on these matters, and the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend on Tuesday, November the 10th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Williams. And that hearing on the 10th will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology, Miss Bailey. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for the hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you're here for ticket number SP 190654. This took place on about June 3rd, 2014. Count 1, drive while license not valid or improper license. Count 2, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 3, no insurance on a 97 Ford. Bonds $1,020 personal bond. Ticket number 16228-675, July 18, 2016. Count 1, no operator's license in possession. Count 2, no insurance on a 97 Nissan. Bonds $400 personal bond. Ticket number 16212-658, March 11th, 2016. This is adjudicated matter. The last 3 adjudicated, review date scheduled. Allegation of convictions, no operator's license in possession. Bonds $200 personal bond. Review scheduled on ticket number 15435-081, May 25th, 2015. Count 3 only, unregistered motor vehicle. Bonds $200 personal bond. Review date scheduled, complaint U 571-610-09, Tuesday, September 29th, 29. Remaining in the park after closing hours near Alter and Riverside. Your bond is $200 personal bond. These charges, Miss Bailey, are all misdemeanor charges, carrying up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail is a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall your warrant, set aside the capias, enter plea of not guilty on each open matter. On those matters, Miss Bailey, as a reminder, you have a Zoom hearing Tuesday, November the 10th, 8:30 at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Williams. And you also have one additional matter, Miss Bailey. It's case 200-60291, People State of Michigan versus Latasha Antoinette Bailey, counsel.
Yes, ma'am. Williamsburg, we have Latasha Bailey, my client, waiving right to formal reading. Understand?
Thank you. And your name again, Miss Bailey?
Latasha Bailey.
Thank you. The court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty on this matter, ma'am. The court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend on Wednesday, October 28th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. As with the prior matters, this matter will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for the hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. Esteban, brother.
My client lifetime resident in Detroit now. She works for MGS Pack. And that amount of salt allegations now, we expect we have some
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Bailey, the court takes consideration your ties to the community, the capias history, which is concerning to the court, as well as your prior criminal conviction. These are serious charges, but non-assaultive. The court knows the current epidemic facing the nation and considers employment status as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information provided by counsel. During this bond, Ms. Bailey, there's absolutely no driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, your bond is set $5,000 personal bond. Listen to the court, Miss Bailey, so you don't get locked back up for not listening. Good luck, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask anything. Go for it.
Do you guys have my updated home address? Because that's how I missed my court date.
I don't know. Let me see what we got.
Is it on Hartwell now? Hartwell now?
Is it on Hartwell, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I believe your counsel has that address. That's not what the court has. So we'll get that to Madam Clerk and we'll update your address. Thanks for that information.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Bailey. Thank you, counsel. So if we could update Miss Bailey's address. We got 2 more females. Love left you this time right in. She sure does. Yep, I signed it. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please.
My name is Bridget Floyd.
Thank you, Miss Floyd. Here for case 20. Thank you, Miss Floyd. And good afternoon. You're here for 200-61040. People State of Michigan versus Bridget Floyd, also known as Bridget Nicole Floyd. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Bridget Floyd, my client waives the right to formal reading. I stand for the right to stand reading.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Miss Floyd, the court is scheduling a probable cause hearing that you must attend October 28th, which is Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing, Miss Floyd, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect for that Zoom hearing on time. Understood?
I'm not gonna miss it for the world. Only way I ain't gonna be there is if I'm dead.
Well, then you'll be there, Miss Floyd. We'll schedule the court date as stated on the 28th. One moment, Miss Floyd. We have still some process to go. Not guilty's entered as the bond.
She's a 30-year-old lifetime resident of Detroit, Your Honor. She also says that she has no prior criminal conviction. No practical. She is not assault allegation. She has a daughter in the
Thank you. Ms. Floyd, this is a very serious felony charge. It's very important that you listen to the court so you don't get locked back up for not listening. And it sounds like that is your intention. Not only are to make your court date, but during this bond you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood?
That's no problem.
Thank you. Ms. Floyd, the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, your ties to the community, the nature and allegations set forth before the court, as well as the information alleged investigators report. For those reasons, bond is $7,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Ms. Floyd. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thanks, Ms. Floyd. You too. We got last female.
Stafford.
Thank you, officer. Appreciate you, sir. Great job today, Ma'am, good afternoon. Your name, please.
Yes, my name is Charnay Stafford.
Thank you. You're here for case 200-61043, People State of Michigan versus Charnay Lorraine Stafford, also known as Charnay Lorraine Stanford Smith, Quenisha Sade Thomas, Charlay Lorraine Stafford, Charlotte April Stafford, Tasha April Edwards, Charnay L. Stafford Smith, Sheree Lorraine Stafford. Count.
Yes, Brandon Bird on behalf of the Charnay Stafford. My client waives the right to formal reading, understands the constitutional rights of the family.
Court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. And we'll get to the court date in a moment. Brother counsel has the bond.
As a filing out, what night indicates that 29-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit does have no prior assault or criminal convictions. She's a full damage down, high school graduate. She indicates that she's not on probation at the world. She understands that she has to deal with her sister.
Thank you, Brother Counsel, for that advocacy. Ms. Stanford, your counsel has advocated well on your behalf. As always, the court is going to schedule a probable cause conference. You must attend Wednesday, October the 28th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Ms. Stafford, that hearing will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect to that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Stanford, this is a very serious assaultive allegation. The court takes into consideration a lack of criminal convictions or capious history. It appears you have ties to the community. Court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as McDonald's as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information provided by counsel. During this bond, Ms. Stanford, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Absolutely no contact during this bond with Charlotte Stanford. That's no contact during this bond of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And based on the information alleged in the investigators report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether before release. Your bond is $10,000 personal bond. And you're being released on a personal bond, Ms. Stafford. You indicated that you're working. Are you currently working? Are there hours that you want me to indicate on that for the tether that you can go to work?
Yes, Your Honor. My hours at McDonald's is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
What days of the week?
I work Monday through Friday. I'm off on the weekend.
So that's 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Yes.
And if the court gives you an hour each way, you'll be able to get to and from work in enough time?
Yes, because I catch the bus home. I live on Woodward. I catch 2 buses home.
What about getting there? Do you catch a bus getting there?
Sometimes I can find a ride, but I catch the bus home.
What time do you normally get home?
Okay, if I'm catching a bus, it probably takes like 45 minutes. I get on the MAC bus to Woodward, then the Woodward bus to State Fair. So it's like a 45-minute.
We'll give you an hour and a half. Sometimes those buses don't run on time. So if the court gives you till 7:30 a.m., you'll be at home. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you can go to work from 9 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. If you're not working, I want you at home. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Good. All right. Good luck, Miss Stanford. I hope it works out well. You got a personal bond.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Officer, any males or females 48 hours that can't wait tomorrow that you're aware of?
No, that's it for the day, Your Honor.
And you too. Thanks for your help, officer. You make the docket a whole lot easier. I appreciate you, sir.
I appreciate those analysis, sir. Appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.